I won't hurt you unless I have to.
You're gonna have to.
If there's any justice in the world, Injustice 2 will be good. My name's Adam Cook, and I'm joined by Chris White. How are you?
I'm brilliant after that intro, mate.
That's great. Well,
top.
if there's any justice in the world,
Yeah.
That's the only line from that song I can remember. But Injustice 2 is among us. Is it God's Among Us? That was the first name. It's weird they've dropped the subtitle.
Yeah.
There's no subtitle.
I kind
right?
of like it though. It's just straight away,
actually,
Injustice 2 is a sequel. But yeah.
What do you think?
I
then?
think.
Because
God, it's just. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it.
okay, good.
I've been experimenting a lot with all the different kind of characters and seeing how the different movesets work. There's a lot of kind of intricacies with each character. There's a lot of differences. It's going to be interesting to see how the kind of the best of the best players in the world play and use these characters, because they are very different, and it's not just about Swamp Thing's a lot kind of slower and sluggish but powerful, and Catwoman's a lot faster, and there's just a lot, like the movesets are very kind of different. There's like Batman's very kind of methodical, and whereas kind of the Flash is all over the place, and he uses his speed just as much as like others would use their abilities, just differently, and it just, there's a hell of a lot going on. And
Flash,
yeah.
Flash is an interesting one that you should mention him, because I remember, I'm sure I played quite a bit of Flash in Gods Among Us. He seems like he's been drastically changed, unless my memory's really gone that bad. He seems like, I found him quite an easy character to play as in the first game, but he seems like there's a lot of mastering potential in this game. Like a lot of his moves require a lot of controlling the match.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, there's I don't even know where to start with this game. I mean, it's a fantastic game. I don't know about you, but I think NetherRealm have done what I'm not sure I thought was possible. They've made a hardcore fighting game that appeals to kind of everyone, and they're not out there going on about it like. This game is listen, I've played ranked match. I don't consider myself an amazing fighting game player. I used to be in my youth pretty good, but nowadays I don't dedicate the time to it. But I've played ranked matches where like the people are they're just juggling me. Like, I mean, NetherRealm games have always been famous for this. Like I don't know if you've had this. Like it's like get your hit in early so they can't perfect you, because sometimes once they just get you in a combo, they keep you in that combo, they keep you in the air, and you're screwed. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I think you're gonna struggle in ranked, because there is.
I'll be avoiding it.
There is a hell of a lot. The people that spend time with it are gonna annihilate you. I mean, I tried Street Fighter 5 when that came out. I tried that. Okay. Well, not when it came out, because obviously it didn't
when it came
work.
out, it was a bad game. Yeah.
But I mean, when I got it a couple of months ago, and I played for quite a while and tried going online ranked, and I didn't fare too badly. And whereas this, I did try, failed miserably. I barely got any hits in. They're using kind of like the moves in such a way where they just work so well together, and they're completely different, but people have found that rhythm with them, and it's just.
I mean, there are ways to get out, but the thing is, there are already people. You can use your meter to do. I forget what they're called actually, but you can sort of jump, and it gets you out of it if they're comboing you. But people are so good that they're already developing strategies to just I don't know. Yeah. I mean, there's new mechanics, not a huge amount, but like the burn meter is excellent.
Yeah.
The traits are interesting. I personally haven't had quite enough time to delve into them. I find them interesting. It's because I think a lot of the moves in sort of NetherRealm games are not safe but familiar. Like Batman's got a down forward, square, triangle, X, whatever.
Yeah.
But so is everyone else. I
think it does help, certainly with memorize. I mean, the way I kind of memorize the moves is I'll look for the down right square or the down right triangles and memorize what buttons can do that, and then I'll just kind of lock them in my head, and then any down X's or down triangles, work them out, and just kind of play around with them. But yeah, there's a lot of characters that do have those kind of similar motions in the controls, and it does help you to kind of to learn that each moveset works.
The combos, I think, are probably my favourite thing about NetherRealm games, because in Street Fighter, for example, it is all about timing and sort of frame data, and like I'm just trying to. My memory is this bad, obviously. But like, I think it was be Ryu or Ken. If you can jump in with a medium kick, and then you can start a combo. But the button presses have to be within certain windows for that combo to continue. Whereas in Injustice and in generally NetherRealm games, like if the combo is square, triangle, X, you just mash that. You know, there's no, you don't have, as long as you're not doing it really slowly.
Yeah.
You can literally go 1, 2, 3, and it will just, that's the combo will play out for you.
Yeah.
And I think that lowers the barrier to entry, because I think as long as you can remember, like, oh, it's square, triangle, X, like you can hit that as quickly as you want, and it will register those inputs, and it means that the window for then cancelling into a special or whatever is again a bit wider, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it is, and you're right. The combos are really good in this, and again with the kind of the differences in characters, there are certain fighters where combos work just beautifully. Like Catwoman, for one, has, you know, she's very quick and the combos flow beautifully, whereas some of the kind of bigger characters like Swamp Thing, he's like one of my favourites, but I can't connect as well with like Swamp Thing as I would be able to with Catwoman. So.
Oh, I see. So you like the character, but you're not finding him great to play.
I do like his specials, which we could talk about, I guess. What are just fucking beautiful. Like his specials amazing, and Aquaman's also, they're just gorgeous to watch.
I mean, that stuff is kind of the other end of it, isn't it? Because like where you've got your air escape and your roll escape and your burn meter, the kind of other end of it is the, you know, once you move away from the combos and all that, like you say, the spectacle of the clashes or the specials, you know.
Oh man, yeah.
They're great, aren't they?
They are.
Also, I don't know if this is just me, I think they're not too long to the point where you're like, oh god, this is going to be 15 seconds. You know, they're quick enough, aren't they?
Because I'd be annoyed if I'd been finished with one. So it took the last bit of my health bar, and then I had to watch myself slowly just die. But
I mean, Harley's is brilliant.
Harley's is ace. Yeah, the two kind of hyenas or rottweilers or whatever they are.
I think I can't remember where I saw this. It might have been on Twitter. I'd totally watch this version of Harley.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. We should talk about story, Chris. Actually, because I mean, NetherRealm games are, as far as I'm concerned, they should do all fighting game stories from now on. Like, I don't care what. Somehow this needs to happen.
Do you know what this story that we're seeing in this game should have been what Zack Snyder directed for his film. Like, they should have just gone. Yeah. DC should have just gone to this. Basically, NetherRealm should have gone to Warner and gone, here you go, use this. Million times. Because
Injustice is a comic as well, isn't it? It's it's its own canon.
They released a comic for the games, yeah, and they have put like bits to fill out the story and all that. And it's just a great story between Batman and Superman, and it incorporates all these other characters really well, especially Damian Wayne, his son, and like Robin, because you know very very early on something happens and you're like, Jesus. Like, they've proper flipped the kind of world on its head. It's just really good, and I think that's one thing NetherRealm have done excellently, is just make a really interesting story and manage to kind of not make the matches feel out of place to the story. Like they flow in very well. You know, right from the very start where you fight Cyborg, you fly around and you land, and then seamlessly you start a fight with him. It doesn't feel weird, and that's kind of, for quite a bit of it, you don't even know you're about to have a fight and you've not realised, because it's kind of been so seamless to the story. So it's just really great, and they're not just shoving characters in and making them seem, you know, unnecessary or pointless. They do kind of play a role in it. It's just really good. It's really good writing, to be honest.
I mean, but we don't want to talk for hours and hours about this, because there is a fantastic review by Ryan King on godisageek.com. You can find that. There'll be a link in this video. I do want to quickly mention the microtransactions and the loot, because that was something I was very interested hearing people discuss the beta. So you can equip items that you get from loot boxes that buff your character's stats, strength, ability, defense, and health. Meaning Batman, for example, you open a loot box and you get, I don't know, like a cowl or whatever, probably a utility belt, and they've got these bizarre names, and they change the stats, which basically, I forget which way round it is. Either way, it works. If you go online, I think you and your opponent have to opt in to using these. Okay. So the cosmetic aspect is what it is. You know, that's whatever. But the actual stats, like one will give you like plus 28 health or defense or whatever. So it does. I thought I would walk away from this going, this is bad. I think it's kind of cool because it means people will kind of almost like an MMO, like try and find the best gear for Swamp Thing,
Oh yeah.
I think it's difficult at this stage to be sure, but it could be quite cool. It just depends. I don't want to.
No, I think with one thing Overwatch did really well was that where you're playing to get the loot boxes, or you know that that skin is out there and you want it. And I'd like to see the kind of the social media element of letting you know what's there and what's coming up or whatever, to know that you could get this, and it's just there are so many possibilities to use the whole kind of canon of Batman, Green Lantern, the Flash, whoever, their outfits from the comics, from the films, from anything, and it's very exciting to see where they will go with that, and it could be brilliant.
Indeed, and I mean this game is pretty brilliant. Whether you want, it's a 5 to 6 hour story mode. If you just want to buy it for that, I think you're going to get a great story. There's loads of content. You can read more about it on godisageek.com. Chris, where can you be found on Twitter?
First Avenger 83.
I'm at GBSF, and if you want to ask our reviewer a question, it's at NoMagRyan. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/GodIsAGeek, where you get videos early, you get exclusive content, all sorts of stuff. We really do try and give you your pound's worth or your dollar's worth, whatever it is you want to give us. Chris, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.